hopefully. Okay, so let's get back to the game. For the rest of Act 3, 14 floors to climb till the last boss. A lot of attack, a lot of enemies. So, Dark Links, what's special about them? They have Life Links skill. If all these enemies are still alive, revives in 2 turns at 50% HP. So, you cannot focus as for any other multi-enemy fights. You have to kill them all pretty much at the same time. If not, they will come back. And come back, and come back. So, what do we have? We have some great damage over there. Okay, so let's begin by doing some damage to everyone. We'll focus on this one just to see if we can get it down. As we can. Okay, so we don't even have to defend this turn because this one is dead. The other ones will buff themselves. We'll block next turn. We still have 2 energy, so we could always just enter calm. So by next turn, we could be able to erupt and attack for more. That sounds like a plan, but we don't have a lot of attacks to play. Deal 12 to everyone. Erupt. Calm. But next turn we go to Wrath. So, by doing this we get some damage. This enemy comes back, but we should be able this turn to get rid of everyone, hopefully. Let's get it conclude. So we'll be able to end the turn by dealing 34 damage to everyone. This one will die. This one not yet, but this here. Now we should be good. Everyone dead. So that was very satisfying. Just lucky, pressure point, tranquility. So this one, just lucky. Because we have 1 dex, 1 strength, and at the first turn 3 strength, it's not 3 block 4 damage. It's minimum 4 block 5 damage for 0. Just like that, it's worth it. And if we have some extra effects, could be even better. And we can scry 2. Let's get it just lucky. We could have skipped it, but at this point, we are not losing anything by taking it. Question marks are good because of her relic, the user bracelet. So, with this event, we're going to lose a card. We don't have the choice. I either lose Diva 4, I don't want to, Crush Joints, or Defend. I'll say let's lose Defend, so we can keep the Vulnerable, which will be useful later on, and Diva 4 we don't want to lose it. So see, there's a drawback. We're not winning right away with this event. We're losing 1 card. So if one of the 3 cards is what you want to lose, hey, you're winning. If not, it's choosing the least bad thing that could happen to you. be continuing the fight very soon. Okay. So we're back. Man. We have another fight coming up. Writhing Mass. So this one is very special. Sorry, just have to fix. Here we go. Sorry for the noise. Okay. So Writhing Mass. Every time you attack it, there are two things happening. First of all, it's going to change its intent. Right now, it wants to attack me for 7, well, total of 21 damage. But I don't know what's going to happen if I attack him again. It might attack me for less, for more. Can give me a curse. The curse that enemy gives me would mean getting an extra card in my deck for the rest of my run. That would serve no purpose. So I don't want to have that card. But we'll see if we don't have the choice. Second effect, Malleable. Upon receiving attack damage, gains 3 block. Block increases as Malleable is triggered. So that means that if I attack him right now, he's going to get 3 block. I attack him again, he's going to get more block, and more block, and more block until next turn. So this effect is good against decks that have a lot of attacks that cost cheap attacks that cost 0, because it will get more and more block, so we'll get less damage. And in our case, we have a lot of those in our hand right now. So let's see what's going to happen. But first thing first, I want to get Diva Form. I want to scry the next card. I want to see what's coming up in their deck. So let's attack the enemy and get some block at the same time. Intercom, Exhaust. Okay, we could get 6 damage for nothing next turn. Okay. So see, now we're going to attack me for 21. Now he wants to attack me for 10. And also giving me a negative effect, giving me a debuff. So it's not bad. It's not good. I can still attack. So my attacks become less and less effective because it gets more block. Attacking me for 15 and getting some block. This is what I want, or I want to get farther. I'll get Fear No Evil, so I can intercom and get maybe more energy on next turn if I play Wrath. I'll extend the debuff, and that's good enough for me. Okay. Another turn. Now, this time 4 energy because of Diva Form. That's some attacks. I am weakened though, so my attacks are less damage. And I am vulnerable because I'm going to receive more damage from attacks, so I want to make sure I don't get attacked. In this case, a curse might be a better idea. Only have 2 attacks, right? So I have to play skill. Now I can make the enemy vulnerable. I can take more damage. And now I can attack him, wishing that it's going to be better. 48 is not good. 15. 15 is much better. It's not perfect in any way, but still much better. So, okay, let's end the turn. Now we have 5 energy, a lot of cards, and we're in a Wrath. It's time to kill enemy if possible. If not, we'll need a lot of defense. And we have 7 energy. We have it through Violence, so we can deal 31 damage. We can't apply Vulnerable, so this is great so far. So let's play skill. Let's play Miracle. Let's make the mini vulnerable. So it takes more damage. $56. 31. And we have another attack. It's gonna get some block. I might not be able to kill the enemy. Oh, I might be able to. So, the Wrath. And we're good. We survived. That was close. That was very close because the enemy could have got me for 96 damage, killing me instantly. Of course, I still had some other cards up my sleeve, and I would have been able to get to calm, so receiving less damage, getting some defense, but still, that's a very dangerous enemy. A lot of people on the internet, I've read a lot of things on Reddit where people say that this enemy should be an elite and not a regular mob, but it's Act 3 anyway, so at this point, this is what you expect from an enemy, or in a regular one. Empty Fist, deal 40 damage, exit your stance. Stance of Time. Cost 4, deal 26 damage. When you retain it, you lower its cost, but not sure it quite fit the bill for a deck here. And deal 10 damage. Your last card played this combat was an attack applied to weak. So do we want to exit the stance or receive less damage? I think it's worth to go this way. With Sash Whip. Because later on, Donu and Dika can deal a lot of damage. We can weaken their attack even better. Now, path selection. As I said earlier, for Act 3 I didn't want to fight any elites, so I'll skip those. Both paths could lead me up there, and we know because of User Bracelet that I cannot meet any enemy there. So, this is what I'll get. Okay, so do we want to fight a boss from Act 1? We're much stronger now, should be a breeze, and obtain a rare relic. We want to upgrade every single card there. We haven't upgraded a lot of cards in our run, we still have a lot of cards that are still basic, but there are not a lot of great things to be done with those cards by upgrading them. It would not improve by a lot, and would not be longer able to heal. So even this relic right here, Blood Vial, we would not be able to heal for the rest of the run. And we have 52 HP, so no, that's a no. Or gain 1,000 gold. Getting rich. But we get 2 curses that makes us not be able to play more than 3 cards in there on this turn. We don't have anything to discard, so we cannot discard Normality. So if it's in our hands, we're stuck, and we want to play as many cards as we can with the strategy we have in our deck, so that's a no. So we'll go with the boss from Act 1. The Guardian. Guardian, you have to pace yourself when you fight a Guardian, because after you deal 30 damage, he protects himself, gets defensive mode, which will give you a thorn effect. Anytime you give him an attack, he's going to give you some damage back, so you have to be careful this way. But that's pretty much it with this enemy, so if we can get to Erupt and deal as much damage as we can get through the enemy pretty quickly. Especially with the strength we have right now, I'll say could be fine. So we play pretty much every attack we can. So seeing I was in defensive mode, but he has 20 armor. I'm gonna heat through his armor. So, do we want to get back to calm just in case he attacks us next turn, or we want to give him as many damage as possible? I'm gonna get back to calm. Oh, he doesn't intend to attack anyway, so we're not back to calm. We're still in the rat mode. Okay. I went a little too fast here, but it's good for us. It's still doing a lot of damage. So he wants to attack us for 18. We don't have that much to block. We can still deal a lot of damage. I'll say it's worth it to get a colorless card just to see what you can get. Deal 20 damage if battle, gain 20 gold, 1 artifact. Let's get this one out of the way, but that would deal 40 damage. Plus another 40. Plus 10, plus 10. We're almost there. We have enough. So through violence. Consecrate. It's 12, right? So it's 12. So I think it's 12 and 12 or 12 and 13. 25. That's a close call because if not, we get transportation and having 3 random cards that would cost 0 plus all the cards we can play. Oh. So again, we have a consecrate. Which is 5 damage plus 1 because of the strength with 6 it's 12. And we also have a swift strike, which is 7, so it's 14. So we have 26 damage there. 86 damage. 126 damage, we're good. Kind of bugging right now, so, well, 12, 14, 7, 26, 66. No, that's not enough. So, we'll defend for a bit. Let's see what we can get with this. Okay. Skill for my draw-in. That was a bad choice. I get 3 cards that are worth nothing for me this turn. So I guess I'll use Madness. On the defense costs nothing. So that was a bad call. So we're going to eat 18 damage next turn. We're going to be down to 33 with no block left, but we should be able to kill him next time. But still, we're kind of stuck right now in a bad position. So we could hit 32 damage. We would survive right now. Except that if I attack him, I'm going to get back 3 damage every time. So I want to make sure that if I attack him, I'll be able to kill him for good. Vulnerable. Let's get some blood. We can use Crush Joint. Okay, collect your fate, Sash Whip. Confirm. And semi-free. So we're gonna survive this turn, but we're not doing well right now. But at least I know that now we We'll survive this turn. Able to kill him now. Remember, this should have been an easy boss. It's a Act 1 boss. I played it kind of wrong. Didn't play the right cards. Got into Wrath, and Wrath is very risky. High risk, high reward. In this case, it was high risk and high damage. Goldeneye, whenever you use cries, cry 2 additional cards. All this for a relic, which will not help us a lot. Cry extra cards is great, but you only have in our deck like 2 or 3 cards that you can use. This is great though, regen, so we can get 5 regen with this potion. So that means that as soon as we play it, it can give us up to 15 health. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1 if we play 5 turns. So at least we'll be able to heal a little bit if we can make it. So either dealing damage to all enemies, but there are not a lot of fights left, or dealing 2 vulnerable, giving extra damage when you're in Wrath. It's already upgraded. Let's use this one. So of course, this is a no-brainer now. At this point, we're going to rest to get 23 HP back. We're at 28. One enemy and then another rest. So this is great. So see, I said there were not a lot of fights left, and rather than choosing the multi-enemy card, multi-attack, I chose the vulnerable one. In this case, we were going to fight 4 enemies. 1 will have thorns, so same as the previous enemy will give attack back. 1 will explode in 3 turns, but never really happens. We're always able to kill him before, and 2 will give me debuffs and attacks. So we're in kind of some trouble. At least we have 20 damage right here. So should we play the regen or should we wait? I think we shall wait. So let's use 1. Let's kill this guy right away. We'll try something. So as you can see, I speak a little less than earlier. Talk a little less because I'm maybe getting a little nervous. It's only A0, it's Ascension 0, we're not in hard mode at all, and I just get wrecked by an Act 1 boss. It's not good, but we're still climbing the Spire, 9 floors to go. Okay, so what can we do? Let's start by dealing damage to every enemy, but do we have any block? Yeah. So let's apply 2 vulnerable to Spire. Let's use the safety. Yeah, let's use the safety right away. So we have enough block to protect against whatever will happen, and especially with thorns. Let's consecrate. And now I feel much better. Because now I'll be able to deal 20 attack damage to everyone, which would be to kill everyone except maybe the Repulsor and the Exploder, but the Exploder, take care of him right away. And now... So see, we still have block, only 1 enemy left, 5 HP. We're good. And now, well, that's it. That we survive 441. And an attack potion that will get really useful, especially if we're in Wrath mode later on. So we can get a Sash Whip upgraded, being too weak to an enemy. Follow up. That one is fun. It's not upgraded though, so it's a basic card, only 7 damage, but you don't spend any energy for it. You get back energy if you play an attack right before. But we might not be able to use it properly. We don't need that much energy since we have 3 miracles with the holy water, and we have Diva Form Soarer in the deck. Whenever you interact with 2 cards, we have a lot of card draw already. Weakness will be very useful later against any boss or any tough enemy. So, rest place or elite. I'll let you guess what I'm gonna pick. And yeah, I'm gonna pick the rest site. Let's get our HP back up. Well, my cat is clawing my toes. I don't know what's happening. Might be the final boss tonight. Okay, once again, we have 2 paths to choose. This one, the rest of the run will be decided for us. So, 3 enemies, 2 rest plays, and 1 question mark, which we know will not be an enemy. So, basically 3 fights left, or a bunch of surprises here. A shop. I wanted to get to that shop though, because we had a lot of gold. We'll be able to add a relic to our deck, or maybe something else, potions, remove a bad card from my deck, I don't know, if we get a curse. So I guess we could go here, go in question mark, shop, question mark, and only have only one fight left before the boss, so I think that should be a win in our book. There we go. So, I'm very lucky this one. I think it's a 3rd common relic, rather than getting something stronger, but could still be useful. Let's find out. Okay, let's go. Okay, that one is not, I wouldn't say useless, but will help us before we get to the shop. But that means that whenever we climb the floor, we get 12 extra gold. And as soon as we spend the gold, we stop getting that bonus. Actually, it's great because we get 2 extra floors before getting to the shop. We'll be rich to the shop. So we have money to spend, and maybe this question mark will be a shop too. So we might have some extra gold to spend. So, well, better than a debuff, I guess. Oh. So, there are no normal enemy combats in the question mark rooms. But, if I want, I could fight those and get a rare relic. That's very risky in my deck that doesn't have a lot of defense. Even if I go all-out attack on them, I would be able to fight them and beat them. It would take kind of easily, but I'm only 53 HP. I'll leave. I won't take the risk. I want to get max HP possible for the final boss of Act 3. No need to be greedy. You're right. Damn right. A shop. So see, surprise, we get a shop. So that means that if we spend any money, we'll not get extra bonus money, but we're almost at the end now. So, the card is on sale. Carve Reality deals 6 damage, add a smite into your hand. Since we get extra strain, it's a double bonus, so it's not bad. But we already had 26 cards, so do we need that many more cards? Bowling Bash, Tranquility, Foreign Influence, Fasting. Fasting is interesting as a power in our deck right now because we would get 3 extra strain, 3 decks, so more block, more attack, and 1 less energy at the start of each turn. We get 3 miracles at the start of the combat, and if we play Diva Form, every turn we increase our energy by 1, so it would kind of counter and give us extra strain for free. And I put in quotes because I'm not quite sure. Let's see what else is there. Jack of all trades, random colorless cards into your hand. We saw earlier in the run that colorless card didn't help me at all, so no. Draw 3 cards for nothing. Exhaust. No. Unceasing Top. We have a deck that draws a lot of cards, 5 to 7 cards every turn with the miracles. So whenever you have no cards in hand during your turn, draw a card. It's a great relic. It's a very great relic, but not from this deck. But with this relic, I can do infinite combos, because if you only have one card in your hand and you, like say, you draw the same card all the time, let's say 0 energy attack, you can play it non-stop, so it's fun. Whenever you enter rest side, start next combat with 2 energy, so we could get extra energy against Donio and Deka. So that would cost us 147 gold to do that. Do we want to have 2 extra energy to start the fight? Would be a preemptive fight. We'll see. Or upon pickup, choose and add 5 cards to your deck. And if I'm not mistaken, you cannot skip. You have to select cards, so that kind of mixes up your strategy. You get extra might get good cards, might get cards that doesn't fit, and get 31 cards instead of 26. Not sure it's worth it. We could also remove a card from a deck. I don't think we're at the point of removing any card from this deck. So the question is, do we spend money right now, or do we wait for the next shop? We want fasting. The danger of getting fasting is that you get less energy if you don't get Diva form. And if you, let's say you have 2 energy per turn, and get this one, you cannot play it, you're stuck. So, if we upgrade it, 4 turn 4 decks. And in Wrath mode it scales double. It's fun, it's very risky. The worst case scenario, you get an extra card that you won't play. And the best case scenario, it just changes your deck and gives you so many more options. I'll add it. Might be a mistake. I might regret it later. I might regret it very soon. So sorry for the interruption. I know the sound quality might not be perfect today. Probably not perfect. I just remember that I play with a MacGyver headset with regular headphones and an Xbox headset on top of it, so it's kind of weird. It seems to work. All right. So do we get the Ancient Tea set? Spending 147 gold to get 2 extra. I think because we just picked fasting, could be a good idea to have more energy at the beginning, just in case we get Diva form, we get something. I don't know, I feel like I should take it, but I might regret it by losing on a better relic next time. What's to lose anyway, except my credibility and my wife, my house. So let's leave and see what's coming up in the next store. We could also skip the store and get another question mark, but we still have money to spend. So the pier could have been useful. We would have got 10 more HP right away. It would have healed us for 10 and give us 10 extra HP. More money. Ocean always appear combat rewards. At this point there are no more combats left, or almost not. Whenever a break an enemy's block, apply 2 vulnerable. If I recall correctly, I may be mistaken, but I think that they do Doka and Donio and Deka, they do buff themselves, but also they do get some block. So if I break the block, I apply vulnerable, and they don't have any artifacts, so the vulnerable will stay. This could be quite good. What else do we have? Side, block, edge. Yeah, I think it's worth it. Try. And now we're out of money, but we're at the end. Oh. This is a perfect event for right now. We don't have any gold, almost no gold. You have the choice. If you have the red mask, we don't have it. We could get some special effects, special something, I don't remember it. If we offer all our gold, let's say if I had 1,000 gold, I would need to pay 1,000 gold. Or in this case, I can pay 17 gold to get a relic. That's a great deal. Or I could just leave and don't play 17 gold. Here, it's the red mask. So at the start of each combat, apply 1 week to all enemies. So that means that on the first turn, Doka and Donu and Deka will be weak, so we'll deal 25% less damage. Sure. Alright. Miny, mo. We don't know what's in those 2 enemy fights. I'll go with this one. The Ma. 300 HP to get through. We get some attack. And he also has some debuffs from me. So what do we do? Do we use the regen potion? Or we wait for the final fight? Do we use the attack potion right now? Get a free attack? Or we wait? Because with what we have right now, we need a lot of damage if we use Wrath. 3, 4, 5. Okay. So let's start. I'm using a skill. Let's make the enemy vulnerable. Now let's make the enemy weak. It was already weak, so he's going to be weak for the next 3, this turn and the 2 turns after. More damage. Let's use a miracle. More damage. Let's use another miracle. More damage. It's only 100 HP left after turn 1, but he has a big debuff for us. Don't want an extra attack right now. Yeah. Ragnarok, so we're going to be costing 3, it's going to cost 0, and I'm going to be able to kill the enemy right away. 27 damage, 5 times. It's an automatic win for us. Okay, that's our last card selection that we do tonight, this run. So cross joints, we already have 2 cross joints. Don't really need a third one. They do not stack together as they might give enough. They might give more vulnerable, but having more in the deck doesn't make the deck really better. Lesson learned: it deals 10 damage if fatal. Upgrade a random card in your deck. That's too late to use this card. Way too late. It's good when you get this card earlier and then get upgrade cards every combat. And Flurry of Blows will not be useful enough for us, so we skip. We're gonna rest. Now we're back at 78 HP, and because of the Blood Vial, we'll be back at full HP before the final fight. Before getting there, let's have another final look at the deck and at the relics we got. Got rid of pretty much every strike except this one because it was already upgraded. Got rid of only one defend, one that's been upgraded, and get a lot of Wrath, Calm. This one, remember that was my first extra card. Right at the beginning, the extra effect was related to Mantra. We don't have anything to get Mantra in the deck, so it wasn't even used, but deal 12 damage for one was still good enough. Block, vulnerable, AoE, could be useful. Donu and Deka, there are 2 enemies, so 2 strong enemies that buff each other, so will not go to waste. Against some other bosses, will be useless because it will be a free card. It will use an attack, so an action. There are some other bosses that will let you discover, but in this case, it's not bad against them. Scroll Diva form. Hopefully, we can get it soon. Hopefully, we can get fasting in Diva form, and we'll be a breeze. But we're not there yet. Relics. So we'll start to come back with 3 miracles at our end that will give us, whenever we want, 3 extra energy. We'll heal back to full because of Blood Vial. Will be useless after the combat. Will not be of any use. We'll get 2 extra cards to begin. So we'll get a full hand of 3 miracles and 7 cards. We got some extra HP, so 79 HP is not bad for the Watcher. Extra strength. This is not useful anymore. First turn we'll get 3 extra strength. We'll lose it right after. 1 dex, so more block. This has been used already. Whenever we scry 2 extra cards. We have 2 or 3 cards that help us cry. And not cry, but maybe we'll cry later, but helps us cry. So it's an extra effect. This has been used up. We'll start the combat with 5 energy rather than 3. And whenever we break the enemy's block, 2 vulnerable, so more damage in his interfaces. And 1 week to start the combat. So it's good all around. We have some regen coming up too. Let's go. Should play the final countdown. So see the previous combat, we found an enemy that had 300 HP. Those 2 enemies that have 250 HP, and they have artifacts. I forgot the artifacts, but yeah, they have 2, but since the Red Mask gives them 1 at the start, it consumes 1 stack of artifacts. So they only have 1 artifact left. See, they can deal a lot of damage, so we have to be careful. We have to really use Wrath at the right moment. So what do we have? 5 energy, miracles, defense. Okay, so use a defend. Vulnerable will go to waste anyway. So see, we're blocking 20 damage, so we won't get damage this turn. Damaged both enemies a little bit. We have a safety for next turn, so more block, and we can conclude with more damage. So it's a decent start. Okay, now it's his turn to attack. 26 damage because they just get 3 more strain. Gonna get dangers very soon. Since we're still at full HP, we don't need a regen now. Probably use it by next turn. So we'll keep a crescendo in our hand. We don't want to have it right now because the enemy will attack us for too much. We'll keep it. So rather than letting this go to waste, by sending the weak to Donu, could send this to Dika, and next turn wouldn't be able to attack for as much damage. We have 2 scry cards. And remember that whenever we scry 2 extra cards, so we actually scry 4 cards. So weak. So we'll be able to apply weak on don't know if you want, because we have now 2 cards give the status, so one will take the last stack of artifact and the other one can be attack, or we could send 4 weak to Dika, 2 right away and 2 more, which will help us in the long run. Also have strike. Want to get the strike, or we'll just get rid of it. Yeah, let's get rid of the strike. Apply one vulnerable. That would be great. And brilliance. Okay. So now, sorry. Let's weak. So So the enemy tends to attack into calm. So that is great because that means next turn we'll be able to use a crescendo and get back to calm. So attack a lot and all those cards. Enter calm again. Yeah, okay. So let's use Sash Whip again to give him even more stacks. Dika. Now he's weakened for a while. We'll be able to kill him before he'll be able to fully attack. Let's Consecrate. Let's use one Miracle just to get some block. With 17 block, we're going to get 26 damage. Not so bad, considering we get a regen next turn. 2 Miracles left, 1 Crescendo that we'll use next turn. Okay. So what do we want to do now? Got a bunch of attacks. Vulnerable that we can use. Okay, so yeah. Let's use Crescendo. And by the way, let's use Regen. Now we'll apply Vulnerable to Dika. Now he's vulnerable for the next 3 turns. We'll use his kill. Should we wait? Because he's already vulnerable. Let's start here. We'll also remove the last artifact buff from this enemy. It'll be useful later, but getting this attack with much. Now let's get rid of Dika as soon as we can. So now Dika is only at 50 HP left. Vulnerable weakened for a while. 18 attack will come in her face, but we have Regen that's coming, so it's not so bad. We still have 1 Miracle left and 1 True for the next time we get Wrath. Okay, so even more extra strain. We got our Diva form. Will give us extra energy for the next turn, but do we want to use it or we skip it? Because we got 1 Eruption. No defense here. Because we could get in Wrath. Deal enough damage to. Well, we don't even have a lot of damage in our hands right now. Yes, I'll play the form. I'll play Miracle to at least get some block. Might be a mistake. We'll see. Okay, so Dika is weakened, can only give me 24 damage, but I think it's time to get rid of Dika. So see, now it's the perfect time to have fasting. Because of Diva form, we get extra energy every turn, and now we'll get extra strain and dex. So that's a very big win for us right now. So next turn, oh, do we want to get extra block? Okay, so next turn we'll enter Wrath, draw 3 cards, getting more energy because of this, more energy because of Diva Form. Crush Joints. It's already vulnerable, so I think this one should go to Donu to remove his last stack of artifact. But I should defend. Don't have the choice but to defend a little bit. Okay, now I'm on the Wrath, but good news I have Tranquility, so I can get back to less damage, but I only have 23 HP left. He's going to attack me for 76. Yikes. So the thing is that we'll need just a little more block. I can get 9 block right away. I'll be able to get punishment of 32 HP. When I get back to Calm, it's going to get back to giving me only 38. So I would need 6 more block. Which could happen by cutting through Fate and getting some more block. There's still hope, but... Okay, first of all, this one's free. Now we know that the Conclude will kill Dika, so that's done. Now it's Donu. What can we do? We have enough to kill him. Not now, but an extra card or something. 26 damage, 30 damage, 40 damage, that's 70, 96, 1116. We do have a lot of damage. Things that we enter Calm. We have to go see what's here. Okay. So we pretty much don't have the choice right now. We need to defend because we'll not be able to kill Donu this turn. I don't think so. So let's get rid of those 2 cards to be able to make sure that we're going to draw defend. Then Reach Heaven, we'll have a lot of energy. We can deal with spending 2 on a card. Strike Plus, it's fine. Okay, confirm. So now, defend, defend. We'll survive this turn. Will not apply vulnerable, but at least now no artifact left. Oh, but now if I get back to Calm, I don't have the choice, but it will not be able to. It will not be enough to kill Dika. And it's gonna shield everyone. I don't want this. So, but he's vulnerable though, so we'll hit him for 60. We'll hit him for 30. Okay. I think able to kill Nika. Yes. Okay. 2 days. So these are cards that were added by Donu or Dika. Good news is that he's going to buff himself, so at least it gives you some breathing room for at least 1 more turn. Okay, if the last card played this combat was a skill, apply 1 vulnerable. I have 1 skill right here. Let's use it. Vulnerable. 61 HP to go. He's at 40 now. 21. I'm done for this turn, but I survived, and he only has 21 HP. Hoping he doesn't buff. Doesn't heal. I don't remember if it heals. No, it doesn't. We're gonna win. We did it. One last attack. Whew. Whew. That was close. A lot of attack, not a lot of defense. But a lot of debuffs for the enemies. Vulnerable, weak. And it was a good idea to pick Diva form. And fasting. Gave me a lot of strength. Was able to use Wrath and stay in Wrath. So yeah, 3 hours for that run. It's nonsense. Usually you can get through the run within an hour, but hey, proceed. Can I beat the heart? Veterans of the game will know that I cannot, for a very specific reason. I will not spoil it, but it's still a victory. Yep. So I have to sleep. The score is 646. Still has some unlocks left on the Watcher. So what do we unlock? Some extra relics for next runs. New relics that were released with the patch 2.0. So they will not show up this run, but they might appear next time because these are randomized every time. So 8 additional damage, temporary dexterity, and there we go. Hey, these are interesting. Could make some for interesting runs later on. Now we proceed. And we beat the game! Kind of. Not really. We won against Act 3, but there could have been more. But not this time. That will be for another night. Back to it's here. So yeah, thanks for joining me. Thanks for being there. It was a great run. I made some mistakes on the way. Still managed to make it through the end. That's Ascension 0. Guess next time could do something else. But for tonight, I think we got enough. Thank you for being here. I have my YouTube channel, Twitch. So if you need to reach me, leave a comment. I'm there. And thanks for joining. See you next time. And that's it. Take care.